So today I'm going to be unboxing this Kramer guitar. Now, here's what's interesting. This is the first Kramer guitar on the channel that I'm reviewing, but more importantly, I have no idea where this guitar came from. What I mean by that is this guitar showed up. I don't know if a viewer sent this and it came from Sweetwater, but it wasn't sent by Sweetwater. It looks like it was gifted to me. This is the Focus VT211S or 211S. Let's go ahead and do the unveil. Feels pretty good. I'll give you the official weight right there when I weigh it later. We have a solid maple neck with a maple fretboard. It has a modern C-shaped neck carve, feels like a fast, slim playing Fender style guitar with a 12-inch radius fretboard, 21 medium jumbo frets, 25.5-inch scale, and the nut is made of plastic. It's a ruby red finish that looks fantastic. It actually has like a reddish pink hue. The body is actually mahogany. It has a traditional tremolo and a basic tuning key that you see on inexpensive guitars. The pickups are labeled as Kramer's Alnico 5, HB1, SC1, and SC1 for the neck and middle positions. And this has 2 volumes and 1 master tone, unlike Fender that has 1 volume and 2 tones and has a 5-way switch. It comes standard with 9 to 42 gauge strings and is made in China. Let's go ahead and tune it up. Let me get a tuner. Okay, we'll keep going. Hopefully get some tension on this thing. You know what I just realized is I don't think they gave you a truss rod tool. There's no Allen wrench. So out of the box, literally unplayable. Which is sad because it's really nice. I mean, I know the fret sprout's going to be the thing that haunts it when we get to that, but overwhelmingly, the neck feels very comfortable and it looks good. I mean, it looks like a Strat, but it looks like a hot rodded Strat. This color really pops. It's kind of a red, it's red, but I mean, it's probably coming through in the video too. It's got like a pinkish red hue to it. Very nice. Okay, so now what we did is we went ahead and got a Allen wrench to adjust the truss rod. We're gonna loosen the truss rod, which means if we're coming in from the top this way, we're going to push the Allen wrench downward. Go ahead and loosen it. And let's go ahead and do it again. That was a good quarter turn. So what we're going to do now is check a couple of things that I did. So first of all, to check to see how the setup is now that it's in tune, I'm going to push down with my finger on the first fret and with my thumb on the last fret. And then it's going to lightly kind of tap over the 12th fret or somewhere in that area. And it's pretty much touching right there. There's a little bit of room, maybe, like I said, the thickness of a piece of paper. So the neck is very straight, okay? Again, could be even relief a little bit more, but I'm not really getting any more relief out of the neck. This is almost where it's gonna go. Now, I'm sure some of you right now are like, how did I know to adjust the truss rod and maybe not raise the saddles of the bridge? That was because when I sighted down the neck, I could see the strings laying on the fretboard between the 1st and the 9th fret, and it was really bad on the 1st to the 5th fret, and that's because the neck is pitched so far backwards, it's stretching the strings over the fretboard itself. That's why it needs relief. So let's go ahead, now that we know the neck is straight and the action is good and it's playing, let's go ahead and check the frets to see if there's any dead spots, and that's basically where a fret is too high. Okay, there's our first one. That one's pretty bad. But the 10th fret, E string, is no note. Okay. And I can see where the fret had lifted up. Now that may not need you to crown it. It looks like that needs to be tapped down. You could tap that down with a brass hammer. Okay, I'm gonna be a little closer for this shot. This is what we call the sock test. What I have here is a nylon sock to illustrate how well the frets have been rolled over, or if there is fret sprout. I should say in that. Let's do that. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and run that across. And I told you it was going to be bad. 1 to 5, I'm going to say that's a 1. There's actually a hole. That's the first time. Now, for the record, it's the first time on the channel we've had one come out that bad. But also, this is the least expensive guitar. at this price point that we've done this test to. Maybe one of the Glaries did better than this. Let's go ahead and do the bottom part of this. And yeah, that's, you can see I don't need to. That's what my hand feels like, by the way. Let's do that. That's what my hand feels like. So that would have to be corrected. I have a video, and I'll put a link down below. It shows you how to correct this. You want to do it yourself. Otherwise, you'd have to have that done. Let's go ahead and check these pickups. I'll give you the readings on these, and we'll see what they're coming in at. And that'll tell us a lot. My guess is they're going to be pretty hot, but we'll see. The bridge is 9K, so not bad. 9.9 or 9.09K. So that's in that PAF range, a hot PAF, you know what I mean, range. Let's go ahead and go to the middle single coil. That's exactly what we thought it's going to be at. It's a 7.60. So again, it's a hotter single coil pickup. Neck pickup is going to be at 7.17K. So we'll give these pickups a sound test, but I can imagine they're going to be punchy and warm. So let's see. For the sound samples, we're going to go ahead and use my 65 Deluxe Reverb with a SM57 mic'd up just to give you an idea of how it sounds through a good clean amp. So let's play the guitar a little bit. And that's that neck pickup that I said would probably be warm. It is pretty warm. Go to the fourth position. It's nice. Middle position. Now you're going to be a balance that humbucker in middle position. That's nice. It's a nice balance. Let's go to the bridge. Nice. Pickups sound great. My favorite part of the guitar. Let's go ahead and get some overdrive sounds. I'm kind of done. My hand's pretty chewed. It doesn't hurt, don't get me wrong. It's just, I can just literally feel all my skin coming off my hand over time. The hurdle of this guitar is that the frets have sprouted. You have that one dead spot. So what are my final thoughts? Well, obviously with a lifted fret sprout, and a setup that was really, really in dire need, including that relief in that truss rod, it's pretty tough because that can go from $50 to $150 to $200 depending on where you live. That's a lot of money to spend on a guitar that costs basically $150. Now that being said, I want to point out that I reviewed a lot of inexpensive guitars at this price range, and this is the coolest looking one, and the feel of the design of the guitar is great. So based on that and the fact I like the pickups and the nut was cut correctly, if you're going to mod a guitar, this would definitely be a great inexpensive modification platform. And don't forget, no single sample of a guitar is all guitars. You might get one with none of these issues. I want to thank whoever sent this guitar out. I have no idea. So thank you for sending it so we could share in this. And as always, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today so we could learn more about this guitar and better know our gear.